Hey YouTubers, JB Coins here with kind of a new video. At the same time, it's not really a video in the sense of our normal ones. This video is based on request, believe it or not, probably the #1 request that we get in almost every poll that we've done, every suggested video survey that we've done, and we get it a lot in our live streams, and that is help for new collectors. Things that are kind of normal for those of us more experienced collectors, but that new collectors may not even know they need yet because they're just learning. We thought about starting a new channel for new collectors, but the more we thought about it, we thought it would be better to instead create, as we have with other topics, a playlist. And you don't see the playlist up there yet. You will when this all goes live. But the playlist will be geared towards new collectors. Now, some of the things we put into that playlist could also apply to someone who's been collecting their whole life, and there's a tip or a trick or some information in there that they weren't aware of that helps them. The thing that we're hoping is that by welcoming these new collectors into the hobby and into the JB Coins Inc. family here on YouTube, that they will have access not only to us, myself and B, but they will have access to all of your knowledge and all of your experience. And we really encourage all of you, our existing subscribers, to help these new collectors. Some of them are kids. We've heard from 8, 9-year-old kids. We've heard from people that started collecting at a young age. Life happens, kids happen, things happen, and now they're retired or they have grandchildren or children, and they're getting back into the hobby. But obviously the hobby has changed a lot in the last 30, 40 years. The internet certainly has played a huge role in that. We like to think that we've helped a little bit too. So what we'd like to do is create this playlist that in theory is designed to help the new collectors coming in back into the hobby or coming into the hobby for the first time to learn what the hobby's about, learn that everybody doesn't collect the same stuff, and try and figure out what they want to collect. Ask questions of all of us that all of us can contribute to the answer, and then they can kind of figure out which answer makes them feel the most interested in collecting something, where everyone from the JB Coins Inc. family, and kind of make it a community involvement project, if you will, helps these new collectors as we've helped each other grow this channel into what it is. There's a huge knowledge base in the almost 30,000 now of you that are regular subscribers of the channel. And what better way to start? Could you imagine if we had access to the internet and 30,000 people to help us when we were learning? And you may be surprised, some of these young kids that are contacting us, they know a thing or two as well, especially about some of the technology, resources, access to things. So we're kind of hoping it's a two-way street, but we want to do this, we want to put this up for them, and if we don't, I mean, if you read all the print media, a lot of them don't even realize we exist on the internet, or they don't give us enough credit that we are of any substantial influence on the internet. And I'm not just talking about myself, I'm talking about all coin collectors, whether you have a channel or not. They all talk about how with the retirement of the baby boomers, for example, that coin collecting's dying. This generation, the new generation, the millennials and the younger kids, these 8, 10, 12, 13-year-old kids that are sending us all kinds of information and questions constantly, They're saying they're not interested. And we can tell you they definitely are interested. And we can all help teach them and hand off our knowledge to them. So hopefully you guys adopt this and embrace this and help us help other people learn how to collect coins, learn what's important and what's not, learn what they like for themselves, give them tips on what types of things they're going to need, give them a little history about the subject. So hopefully you understand why I said at the beginning that this is not really our normal video. It's not really our normal video. It's kind of a second introduction to JB Coins Inc. It's an introduction to us reaching out and extending a hand to that next generation of collectors and taking it to another level with your help. So thank you for taking the time to watch this. Please enjoy what comes after this. A lot of these videos that we're going to do, by the way, are not going to be exclusively just for the new collector. They're going to be things that we've done for 4 years, tips and tricks, where to find things and all that. They're going to kind of straddle the fence where, as they always have, where they apply to collectors of 30, 40 years experience, and they apply to collectors of 3 or 4 weeks experience. So we're not forgetting you, we're including you, and we hope that this is very successful and helps the next generation, whether it be 8 years old or 70 years old. So until next time, J&B signing out.